All right, we are live. I'm going to, before we get any people on, I'm going to go ahead and type in this week's topic. Hello, hello. I'm typing in the topic. Hey, hey. Okay. I feel a little off, but hey, hey. Uh-oh, sorry. My dog's over there. I'm trying to get this to pin. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna give it a couple more seconds. Excuse my hat. I've been feeling a little bit under the weather this week, so I literally hopped out of bed to make sure that I was here for our Thursdays. I'm gonna give it a couple more seconds and then we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you all for joining. All right, I'm sure at this point it is 7:01 possibly. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about conditioner. We're going to be talking about what is the purpose of conditioner, whether conditioner is actually necessary, and we're also going to be talking about, is it ever a such thing as too much conditioner, and different types of conditioners. So first of all, the purpose of conditioner is to actually close one of the three layers of the hair, and seal in moisture or seal in whatever you're trying to put into the hair. So our hair has three different layers. It is the cortex, the medulla, and the cuticle. So the cuticle is the outside or the transparent part that we actually see. So that is the part that we see that's shiny and things like that. The layer right under it is the cortex, and the cortex is where all the hair strength and pigment is found. So conditioner's purpose is to go into that cortex portion and add in moisture or add in strength or whatever your conditioner's purpose is, and it also seals that in. And the cuticle is the part that that top layer, and it seals that in, right? So conditioner is very necessary. I have seen a lot of things where people do only co-washes, and they don't shampoo and things like that. Shampoo is a whole nother topic that we'll cover at another date, but conditioning is always necessary. Anytime you are cleansing your hair, you need to always have a conditioner present. So conditioners, not only do they serve the purpose of closing the cuticle down and sealing in whatever you're trying to, but most conditioners have a specific purpose. So most conditioners are either for moisturizing, or they are for strengthening, or they are just for protein building, which also helps with strengthening, things like that. And thank you all for your questions. I will read those out in a moment. So you always need to make sure that you have a conditioner, but you also want to make sure that you have a conditioner that is conducive to what you're looking for. So for example, if you have color treated hair, you may want to have a conditioner that has a lot of moisturizing agents and a lot of color protectants in there. If you have really dry and brittle hair, you probably want to have a conditioner that has moisturizing agents. If you have problems with your hair breaking off, splitting, not necessarily moisture, you probably want to have a protein-rich conditioner. But there is a such thing as too much conditioning or not following the manufacturer's directions. So I'll tell a quick story. My third or fourth week in beauty school in 2006. I put this conditioner on my hair, and no one told me at the time that there was that there was a such thing as not paying attention to directions, because I didn't know at that time, and leaving conditioner on too long. So this was a strengthening conditioner. It was the first time I had ever colored my hair, and I knew that I had just taken some strength away from my hair. So what I did was I put this conditioner on. I said, you know what, I'm gonna leave it on for a little while longer, longer than what the directions say. I'm gonna go home, and I rested out at home. I did this process while I was at school, and when I got home, I looked at my hair and I started to see all these white pieces on the ends of my hair where I had just colored them, and I just was pulling them off. I'm like, oh, maybe I didn't get the conditioner out, so I go and I rinse my hair again, and I still see these white pieces. So I call up my teacher at school, because the school was still open, thank goodness, and I'm like, is there such thing as leaving conditioner on too long? And she says yes. So first of all, there are a lot of people that I know that will leave conditioner on all day, that will not follow the directions. If it tells you leave it on for 10 minutes, you may leave it on for 30, 45 minutes. Always follow manufacturer's directions. Always make sure that you are, if they tell you leave it on for 5 minutes, you leave it on for 5 minutes, unless your hairstylist or professional tells you anything different. So you want to make sure that you follow those directions, and you also want to make sure, like I said before, that you have a conditioner that appeals to what you're looking for. So like I said, if you have a color treated hair, you want to make sure that you have a conditioner that's specifically targeted for people with color treated hair. Maybe it has some UV protectants in it to help protect your hair from the sun and the environment and things like that. Another thing is conditioner will always seal the hair, like I said before. And I forgot what else I was going to say. So there is a such thing as too much conditioner. There is a such thing as over conditioning, depending on what your conditioner purpose is. Stay away from a lot of protein rich conditioners and using those all the time. If you have a problem with your hair breaking and splitting and things like that, if you do use a protein conditioner, make sure that when you use that, you also swap it out for a moisturizing conditioner at some point. So if you're shampooing your hair once a week, you want to do every other week with that protein rich conditioner. Excuse me, I told you I was a little under the weather. So make sure that you are paying attention to your conditioner. Make sure that you get a recommendation for a professional conditioner. I almost never recommend over-the-counter products, such as things that you can go buy from Walmart and Walgreens and things like that, because a lot of those things have a lot of watered down agents in them, and they are not professional products, so they will not give your hair the same benefit as if you were using a professional product. So that's just a little bit of information on conditioner. I'm going to go ahead and read some of these questions. So one of the first questions was, if you don't have a regular conditioner, what can you use as a replacement, speaking food-wise? There's no replacement for conditioner in terms of food. There are things that you can eat that help strengthen your hair, like we talked about last week, in terms of adding strength to your hair with food items that have biotin in them, or eating certain things, or applying certain things to your hair that may have a conditioning factor. But conditioner's specific purpose is to close that cuticle layer on your hair. So if you're not using a conditioner, you're not closing that cuticle layer on your hair. So you're leaving your hair open to more damage, more breakage, more dryness, and things like that. Is there such thing as too much over conditioning? Yes, like I said before, there is a such thing as over conditioning when you are not following your manufacturer's directions. They have those directions there for a reason, which is what I learned, and they have tested their theories. They have tested those products, and they have made sure that they have provided you the precise amount of times that those conditioners or that those products should be on the hair. Will conditioner help regrow edges? No, conditioner is not. That's not what conditioner's purpose is. It's not specifically help you regrow edges. There are some things that you can do to help regrow your edges in terms of massaging and using a certain product and things like that, but not necessarily just conditioner to regrow your edges. And the other one was, so the myth of eggs doesn't really help. Not really. I mean, the egg yolk has biotin in it, which will help strengthen your hair, but it's not a conditioner. It is not closing the cuticle layer down on your hair. It is not, excuse me, giving your hair that benefit that you need to make sure that you're locking in that moisture or locking in that strength. So if you are using one of those home remedies like eggs, mayonnaise, or a lot of things people are using like those rice water and things like that, make sure that you're still using a professional conditioner to make sure that you're locking all those things in as you're trying these other remedies. Is leave-in conditioner good to use? Okay, so that's a good one that I wanted to cover. I'm glad you asked. Leave-in conditioner is okay. It's not recommended to be used all the time. The benefits of leave-in conditioner only last in your hair for about 15 to 20 minutes from what I've read and studies that have been done excuse me, on leave-in conditioner. So they're only going to, the effects of them are only going to last in your hair for about 15 to 20 minutes. So I would suggest if you are a naturalista or you're wearing your hair curly or things like that, or you wet your hair down on a daily basis, using a leave-in conditioner to make sure that you are keeping that moisture in, or even you know, adding some sort of protectant to your hair as you go out outside and things like that. Leave-in conditioner is okay. It's not recommended to use as a replacement to conditioner. It is used as is recommended to be used in addition to your regular conditioner. Excuse me. So make sure that as you are finding these conditioning agents and leave-in conditioners and things like that, that you are finding what's right for you. So all conditioners have a something on the outside that you can read to tell you the benefits of them and to tell you what their purpose is. So make sure that you pay attention to those. And if you are not sure what your hair needs, go to a professional stylist. Most stylists give you a free consultation and they will tell you everything they recommend for your hair, everything that will be good for your hair. So they'll be able to tell you what products they recommend for you. And I know sometimes people cringe at the prices of professional products, but professional products, their prices are a little bit higher because their ingredients are a lot better than the over-the-counter shampoos and conditioners, and they will last you a lot longer. A great tip real quick to save money on product is before you shampoo, rinse your hair out really good to make sure you get all the product out of your hair. So when you do shampoo, you don't use as much shampoo. And then when you condition, always add a little bit to your hand first, maybe like a quarter to a $quarter size. Start at the ends, rub it in your hand, start at the ends of your hair and work your way up. Do not start at the scalp because then you'll end up using the whole bottle. So those are some quick little suggestions for saving money on product and the reasons why professional products are a little bit more expensive. What about 2-in-1 products? I never recommend 2-in-1 products because like I was saying earlier, the purpose of conditioner is to close the cuticle. There's no way you can close the cuticle with just a shampoo because a shampoo has a completely different purpose and they have completely different makeups and different ingredients and emollients inside of them. Excuse me. So I mean, if you use a 2-in-1 product every now and then, it can't really hurt. But that like I was saying before with leave-in conditioner, I would never recommend you use that as a replacement to your conditioner. And I also would not recommend you use that as a replacement to your shampoo. Shampoo has a whole different purpose, and I know some people don't use shampoo. They think that just co-washing or rinsing the hair and using conditioner works, but that's a whole nother conversation. about shampoo. But if you all have any more questions, I'll stay on for just a couple more seconds for more questions. But that's pretty much the gist of conditioner and my cute little story about why you should always follow the manufacturer's directions when using conditioning products or using products in general. So thank you all so much for joining. I'll stay on for another couple minutes, or another, not really couple minutes, but another couple seconds if anybody has any more questions. Excuse me. Like I said, I've been a little under the weather. So thank you all so much for joining. I really appreciate you all joining every week. We will be back next Thursday. I'll have a whole nother topic, of course, next Thursday. If you all have any questions in the meantime, please feel free to go like any of our pages on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We are even on Tumblr, or go to thehairhotline.com, and you can always ask your questions there. So I really appreciate you joining today. This live will be up for another few hours. I'll leave it up till the end of the night if you want to go back and watch. I'm sorry you missed the answer about edges, but in a few minutes this will be available for you, so you'll be able to go back and watch. Thank you so much for joining, and you all can always go back and watch any of our other live videos if you missed them on YouTube. You can click the link in the bio, or just go to YouTube and search the Hair Hotline. Thank you so much.